Whew, what a day to be having to work outside.
Yeah, seriously, any of that construction or lifting a car back onto the highway and truck back on the highway.
Things you don't want to do on a 100-degree afternoon.
Yep.
Yeah, but it will start to cool off a little bit. We're not talking about a big cool down, but some places at least getting a little bit cooler. Let's check out Albuquerque tomorrow. Now, if you want to get out in the cool stuff, I mean, you have like 3 hours maybe in the morning when it's kind of in the 60s, right near sunrise, plus or minus a couple of hours, so 5, 6, 7 in the morning. Then it really starts to heat up. Low 90s by noon, upper 90s, mid to upper 90s by the high temperature. But I mean, you could say maybe it's 3 or 4 degrees cooler than today, but still a mainly sunny and hot day around the metro area tomorrow. And still some of that haze smoke may be in the air. We're talking more likely in the morning when the air is kind of calmed down before the breezes pick up. But still a hot week ahead overall. Most areas will be dry. We just have to watch out for breezes increasing tomorrow, which could pick up the fire danger. That's why there are red flag warnings in the metro area tomorrow and for the western half of the state. But overall, the heat is still on in and around New Mexico. 105 in Lubbock. It should actually be hotter in West Texas tomorrow than it was today. Still pretty hot to the west, too. 109 in Phoenix, 106 in Las Vegas. But even those temperatures might be a degree or two cooler than today. So overall, again, a hot day, 100 in Santa Rosa. Basically, temperatures may still get a little hotter in the southeast part of the state. There's a weak front coming in, but it's kind of squeezing in some hot temperatures until it brings some slight relief to the eastern half of the state. So 109 or so in Roswell is going to be a very hot day tomorrow. And so therefore, extreme heat warnings in effect around Chavez County tomorrow, and southeast New Mexico has heat advisories. Just a hot day when, again, some places will be up around 110. 100, 110 range, Red flag warning, in fact, the western half of the state. This includes the Albuquerque metro area. We're not talking one of those crazy like March wind days where the gusts are like 70 miles per hour, but the breezes pick up maybe 30 to 40 miles per hour or so at times, maybe a little bit higher. So it's a slightly breezy day, but with the very hot temperatures, the ongoing fire concerns will linger through tomorrow, especially with wildfires being active. So the winds, again, not super strong, but those gusts maybe by mid-morning, 25 miles per hour, maybe in that 30 to 35 miles per hour range by afternoon. Again, mainly the western half of the state, although a little bit does sneak into places maybe like Carlsbad later in the day. And then the weather map tomorrow is pretty much a clean slate as far as any storm chances go. There's almost no storm chance. There might be 1 or 2 in the mountains of Colorado, but it looks like New Mexico is mostly dry again tomorrow. And then Wednesday, the temperatures stay hot, 100 in Socorro. But notice again, the eastern part of the state cools a little bit. A cool 99 in Roswell compared to the 109 or 110, so it's a slight difference. In southern New Mexico tomorrow, a lot of 100-plus readings, and then in the southwest, mostly in the 90s near 100. Pretty much dry everywhere, though, and the breezes will be strongest in the southwest. So Roswell, we still have some advisories tomorrow, may spill into Wednesday. Silver City, still a hot day tomorrow, but just a stretch of hot weather around with sunshine. Some slight cooling later in the week. We may see rain chances start to increase as moisture increases by next weekend in some areas, especially the eastern half of the state. Northern New Mexico, 80s and 90s tomorrow, so a few 100s in there. The northwest still hot and sunny as well. And you see Farmington could actually rebound into the upper 90s later in the week. Las Vegas mainly in the upper 80s and low 90s. Very slim rain chances Wednesday and Thursday afternoons, but maybe an increase in the thunderstorm chances and some cooler weather as we get toward late Sunday and Monday. North Mountains, we're looking at mainly 80s and 90s in the warmest of spots. Santa Fe, 90 tomorrow, 88 on Wednesday, 90 on Thursday and Friday. And we're talking maybe, again, a rain chance picking up a little bit by early next week with cooler temperatures. East Mountains, mainly low 90s, 90 in Cedar Crest. The metro area, maybe 2 or 3 degrees cooler tomorrow, 99 in Los Lunas, 98 around Corrales, but still a hot and mainly sunny day with dry weather around. So Rio Rancho, upper 90s. We may bounce back to about 100 later in the week with a mainly sunny forecast and stays mainly above 90 through early next week. But rain chances could increase a bit. Albuquerque, again, the hot weather, not quite as hot. We turned it down a few degrees, upper 90s the rest of the week. Maybe a couple showers or storm beginning to pop up over the mountains, especially to the east by Sunday and Monday. We'll have to wait and see on that. But the first day of summer, I know it's been hot, but summer officially begins Friday evening. The heat, though, is settling in for a while. We'll keep tracking it for you in more detail coming up this evening.